Every once in a while I'll see a problem with a photo where just one white balance correction doesn't do the trick, and we can do this inside of Camera Raw. You're going to see what I'm talking about in just a second here. Let's brighten this photo a little bit, and then I'm just going to add some blacks, and that's going to take care of making the overall color and tone of the photo look better. You can see before and then after. Now let's work on the color balance, or the white balance here a little bit, because it's not quite as golden as it was when I was there. The sun was going down, it's kind of behind the clouds, and it was really shedding some nice golden light on here. These buildings are in the shade, okay? So the most of the light's being picked up on the windows, and you just don't see it as much as you did when I was there. The other problem that we have is that the sky back here is not necessarily, it's not in the shade. Okay, so we have something in the shade, then we have the sky in the background. As we try to adjust the white balance, we're going to be sacrificing one or the other. We're going to try to get the best of both worlds, but we're not really going to be able to do it. All right, daylight's a little bit red, cloudy is probably going to be where I settle on. Shade's probably going to get a little bit too warm there, but I kind of like cloudy here. Now, you can see the problem that we have is that it's doing a nice job to bring some of that golden color over here onto the buildings, and I might just tweak that tint a little bit and maybe even make it a little bit warmer just to get some of the red out of here. But you could see one of the issues that we have is, take a look at the sky. Here's our before, here's our after. The sky is now getting very yellow. It's got a yellow tint to it. Okay, so we either have to make a global change by adjusting all of our white balance settings, or do something else. Well, that's something else, if you've got Photoshop CS4, is the adjustment brush. Okay, because when you go to the adjustment brush inside of Camera Raw, you can come down here, you'll see that there's a color swatch down here. All right, and notice it's got some preset colors. It's got some blues and it's got some yellows. So it's cooling and warming. All right, this is it's kind of like a selective white balance tool, because those are the main things that we're going to do with white balance, is cooling and warming. So in this example here, I can click on the blue color, maybe increase the saturation up to about 70 here. I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to make sure I have auto mask on, and now I'm just going to paint over the sky. All right, and that auto mask is going to do a pretty good job of making sure that my painting area here doesn't spill over onto the actual buildings. So you see what I'm able to do here? I'm able to come inside of here and paint a blue back into the sky. I'm able to get the sky correctly color balanced based on how I remember this to be, but I'm also able to get the buildings properly exposed as well, and properly color balanced, I should say. Now, talking about exposure, I might come in here and brighten them just a little bit more. But check out what I'm talking about here. So here's a before and after. That's before, that's after. Let's go to our adjustment brush. All right, and let's turn on that adjustment brush pin all the way at the top here. And now let's look at a preview. Here's before. See how yellow the sky is? See how much it got warmed from our previous white balance adjustment? And then here's after. So we're able to go inside of there and kind of selectively color correct part of the photo, but we're able to do that inside of Camera Raw. We don't have to revert over into Photoshop if we don't want to. We can get this stuff done all in one place using that adjustment brush. A really neat trick. If you've got things in multiple different lighting and any parts of your photograph, whether it's kids outside, maybe one kid is in the shade and one kid's in the sun, they're gonna have different color balance to them depending on your white balance. So here's a good way to get in there and to correct that.